Okay, so hi everybody. Have you ever heard about this French sentence? Je suis Charlie or I am Charlie in English, sorry. No? No. Well, this French sentence appeared right after the attempt on the French newspaper Charlie Hebdo in Paris this last January 2015. So, I'm sorry for that, I don't know what is it. So Charlie Hebdo is a weekly, so every week, and satirical French newspaper. This newspaper is really famous for its illustration and caricatures. These are caricatures. This newspaper used to talk about sex, culture, politics, and religion. There are a lot of controversies about this newspaper because sometimes they laugh about politics, men, about religion. And one day they made a caricature of the Prophet Muhammad, and the Islamist population did not appreciate this caricature, so they decided to attack the newspaper. So, first of all, I'm going to talk about the attempt on Charlie Hebdo, then the freedom of speech in France, and at a third part, the political repercussions. So first of all, the attempt on Charlie Hebdo. So on January 7, 2015, in the late morning, around maybe 11:30 a.m., two men dressed in black and heavily armed entered in the seat of the newspaper Charlie Hebdo, and they opened the fire with Kalashnikovs, like big guns, and they killed 12 people, including 2 policemen, and seriously injured 4 people. So this attack was described as a terrorist attack by the French president. We learned that the terrorists were immigrants from North Africa and Middle East, and they were converted to Islam since like a couple of years. So following this are these 5 people are at the head of the newspaper. They were like the director of the newspaper and other. Following this attack, an accomplice of this terrorist killed a policewoman in a city and commits an hostage in a supermarket and killed 4 people. Finally, the terrorists were killed by the French police, and following this series of attacks, citizens of France decided to do a march in solidarity to the victims of the newspaper and to defend the freedom of speech in France. So then we have the freedom of expression in France. So the freedom of expression is really important in France. In the French Constitution Declaration of Human Rights and Citizens, the freedom is the first of the 4 human rights. And the freedom of expression is a number 1 of the different freedoms. So the law allows people to express their thoughts and convictions, but they forbid the call of the death of a person via media, and forbid the call of hatred against an ethnic group or a country. So this newspaper were allowed to make caricatures and joke about politics men, about religion, because they are allowed to express their feelings and convictions, and they did not deserve to be killed for that. So, to defend their this expression, this freedom of speech, a lot of people in France and all around the world made a manifestation to defend and to express their solidarity with the people who was being killed in the newspaper. So in Paris there are more than 2 million people, and 2 million people in the rest of France. So, and there were like 4 heads of states and government who were here in solidarity to France. So we had the Chancellor from Germany and other countries. So then we have the political repercussions. So in France we have politics like in most of the country, And it's kind of hard to understand the politics in France, but to make it easier, we have the left and the right. We have different political parties, and we have the left and the right. And they are their own conviction, and they're always fighting each other because they have different opinions. First of all, in France, we are an open country, and we have a lot of immigrants, just like in the United States. But in the United States, it's actually the U.S. are a country of immigrants. But in France, we welcome the people to come in our country and to live. So we have a lot of immigrants from North Africa and Middle East. So to come back to my different political parties, the left and the right. So they're fighting each other. And the left is, they want France really open. They want to have a lot of immigrants in France. So they say, yes, come in our country, France is beautiful and gorgeous, and etc. So we have a lot of immigrants, but there are too many people in France, but not enough money and job. So we have a lot of homeless and a lot of people who don't have job and money. And the right, it's the opposite. It's kind of like racist sometimes because they don't want anybody who is not French. So everybody who's not French, they just want to put them in that country. So it's kind of different and they're fighting each other. So the right, the racist party, I can say, it's not really popular in France because actually France is really open to these people from all around the world. But this party started growing up because the terrorists who killed these 12 people were actually French, immigrants from North Africa, but they were raised in France, they were born in France, and they were French, but they decided to attack their own country. So after this terrorist attack, the party started to grow up. So to conclude, after this, the attempt on Charlie Hebdo have many repercussions on France. So now the country is more in solidarity together. People are more nice together. Other things. The politics is really terrible in this moment because actually our president is from left. So and the right is growing up all the time. And this one is the first newspaper who appeared after the attack, and so there's a famous sentence, "Je suis Charlie, I'm Charlie," and it says like, the newspaper says to the terrorists like everything is forgiven, we will forgive him for attack us.